appointment of a security sector reform gender responsive specialist in support of implementing the SSR agenda of the government. Thus, as clearly put and articulated in the National Development Plan, the government of the Gambia, under the leadership of His Excellency Adam Barrow, is determined to promote gender equity, gender equality, and empowerment of women and girls for sustained socio-economic development. The security sector, which is a key pillar of our national stability and growth, cannot be left behind in this cardinal endeavor, among many reasons. One, to effectively provide security to individuals and communities. It is necessary to take into account that men, women, girls and boys face different insecurities based on socio-cultural gender. Also, research has proven that the integration of gender issues into SSR processes, in addition to being mandated by international and regional laws and instruments, enhances local ownership, effective service delivery, and oversight and accountability. Indeed, without doubt, I am confident that a lot of you drawn from the 8 national security institutions, civil society organizations, and Women's Bureau, totaling 43 in number, have learned some valuable knowledge and skills through the spell of the 3 modules that we are expected to utilize to effect gender-friendly reforms in policies, programs, and actions to guarantee fair play and equal participation of men and women in decision-making, including at the highest level of governance. Given that gender is a cross-cutting issue, the government urges all beneficiaries of the training, most particularly those from the civil society organizations and women's groups, to strengthen collaboration and information sharing between their institutions and the armed and security services. It is only through concerted efforts and teamwork that we can be able to holistically address gender issues affecting our institutions and society at large. To you, the security sector trainees, I hope this training has given you the tool to establish what is mostly lacking at your institutions when it comes to gender matters. We hope that gender policies, gender desk officer, gender-friendly promotion and recruitment policies, amongst others, will be advocated for and championed by you all. Equally, I'd like to remind you to share this knowledge with your colleagues at the job place who are not opportune to benefit from this training, so that the information can trickle down and engender mechanisms to prevent human rights violations in our quest to creating an efficient, accountable, and participatory security sector, which responds to the specific needs of men, women, boys, and girls. Before coming to my final point, we hope that this training is going to enhance your knowledge, but also grant you the capacity. Because we are very cognizant of the kind of society we live in.
Must also act to ensure that all security officials, both men and women, are more gender responsive. This means that security institutions must begin to incorporate gender concerns into the fabric and culture of their standard operating procedures. It also means a comprehensive capacity building and training of the security personnel. This is what has been happening in Gambian since March. But this is not to say that gender-balanced security institutions are unimportant. On the contrary, women's inclusion in the security sector is critical to enhance institutional capacity to be more responsive to the entire population it is to protect, including men, women, boys, and girls. For instance, evidence has proven that adding more women to peacekeeping missions improves the operation's overall effectiveness within a conflict or post-conflict setting. But in addition to increasing women's participation in the security sector globally, it is important to institutionalize gender awareness and responsiveness training for all security officials when reforming institutions. As the country is embarking on comprehensive reform of the security sector to strengthen the justice and security institutions, to render them accessible and responsive to the needs and rights of all women, men, boys and girls. In the Gambia, it is imperative to ensure that the entire security sector participates effectively in this process. The Chairperson, ladies and gentlemen, this reforming of the security sector, I understand, is part of the government's wider reform agenda to further transform the country and uphold the highest standards of democratic governance. We are all aware that the government of the Gambia recognizes gender equality and women's empowerment as a key factor to the attainment of social and economic development, and therefore has itself committed to gender equality, empowerment, and the welfare of women and girls. The end of this training marks an important stage as the Gambia moves into a new phase of economic growth and societal development.
Before the ceremony started, I was talking to my commissioner for his friend, and I asked him whether the graduates are only male or female. And he said, yeah, it's a combination. I said, exactly. That's of paramount importance. Within the Gambian context, when you talk about gender, people myopically think it's only about women. According to the Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary, gender means both male and female. So if you call yourself a so-called gender activist, you are fighting for women's rights and men's rights. That's important, a starting point. Now, you have undergone a training to enhance your skills and expertise to enable you to perform your work better. My learned friend, Mr. Fati, has alluded to that, but I will reiterate the point. It's a school of thought in academia that if you go to a college or institution, you must not only merely pass through the college or institution, but the college should pass through you. What does that mean? You just don't go through a training for the sake of training. You must acquire skills and expertise, which you will in turn replicate at your workplace for the betterment of your terms of reference. It's very important because if you don't train, you won't acquire skills and expertise. I understand that some lawyers in the European Union, they have to do what they call continuous training to retain their call to the bar. So, in other words, life itself is dynamic and not static. You must always on the move. You have to update yourself every time to more equip yourself. Because they say knowledge is power and the pen is mightier than the sword. And they say in Latin, nemo da quod non habet. You cannot give what you don't have. So this training is of paramount importance. It equips you, it makes you more versatile and more knowledgeable of what you are supposed to do.